Greetings from Snake Mountain Boat Works on Thursday, October 27, 2022. We're having Indian summer, and Accra, our 1950 22-foot Shepherd Runabout, is getting new frames. And I'll hand it over to Joe to walk you through what we've done so far.
Yeah, as you remember, the frames that were in here were so completely oil soaked. I ripped one in half just to kind of see what it was looking like, and halfway through it, it was still spewing out oil. So I went through, replaced all of the main framing so far, except for a few more forward. Got them finished. They were finished out at 3/4, so I beefed them up. These ones are all 15/16, and the frames that go full length are actually 1.25 inches. So that way it's adding a lot more stability to the boat. We got a little bit more to do on the framing upwards, and they're the last 6.5 to 7 feet of the keel up towards the front. It's just so oil soaked that I gotta end up cutting it out, scarfing in a new piece. As you see, this is the lowest spot of the boat up here, and I mean, you can, when I went to go take out the other frames, that screw edge just popped right through them there. I mean, there was just nothing left, just too rotten and oil soaked. But we got a few more frames up here. These ones are a little tricky because they are so wide. The widest point on this one is 14 inches. So getting a board that width is just not quite gonna happen. So it's gonna end up being a laminated piece for this one and for this one back here. But otherwise, everything else will be full length.
What about this? It looks...
Yeah, so this one's also getting replaced up here. This is the absolute lowest point. So oil just over the years came and soaked in. So this framing all right here will all be getting replaced.
So we're going to keep 3. 4.
4.
Yes. And we're replacing them with quarter sawn white oak, where Shepherd used mahogany. White oak has 2 advantages. One, it doesn't soak up oil and grease, and the other, compared to mahogany, it's monster strong. So we will continue with the framing work, and then of course we will seal everything with Smith's clear penetrating epoxy sealer. Please don't try the other stuff. It's pretend, it's goop. I just had a fellow contact me this morning saying, well, I didn't listen to you, and I went and bought that stuff. And then I spent 4 hours with scrapers trying to get all the goop and grime that it left behind off the wood. It was a terrible job. They recommended diluting it 100%. Tried that. And of course, all that is it's like water, and it didn't do much of anything. So spend the money. It's the cheapest purchase you can make when it comes to sealing. Buy Smith's. And no, I don't have any stock in the Smith's company. It's privately held. So we will continue. The good news is we found a supplier for the 9mm Aquatech plywood we will need to fabricate the inner skin. And as we have with other boats, rather than big sheets of plywood, we will install it at an angle that matches the original inner skin on this boat. This one's going to be a little interesting in that, Joe, the planks were 10 inches wide?
Yeah, anywhere from 10 to 12 inches wide.
So 10 to 12 versus the usual 6. So the slabs will be a little bigger, but it sure is pleasant having these thin planks, or narrow planks, excuse me, to install rather than great big sheets of plywood. You'd think the sheets of plywood would be faster. We can tell you from experience that's not true. So we'll be back to you the next time you see her. She probably is going to have some inner skin planking going down. That's our update on Thursday, October 27, 2022, on our 1950 22-foot Shepherd Runabout Acra. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now from Snake Mountain Boat Works.